Hello friends, in my previous video we have seen the analysis of LC oscillators, where we have derived the expression of frequency of oscillations of different types of LC oscillators, that is Hartley oscillator, Colpitts oscillator and Clap oscillators. We have also seen the frequency range and applications of those oscillators. Now the next important oscillator is crystal oscillator. You will again find many questions based on crystal oscillator in different exams. So it is again important topic from examination point of view. Here I have drawn the circuit diagram of crystal oscillator, where we have BJT based amplifier and we have a feedback from output to input base, and in feedback path we have the crystal here. This is called this is basically piezoelectric crystal, normally which is made of quartz. So it is the crystal. We have capacitor for coupling, and we have resistances R1 and R2 for biasing, and we have a radio frequency coil for isolation of this circuit from the biasing supply, for isolation of this quartz crystal from signal from quartz crystal from supply. So here this crystal is zoomed out and shown in this diagram. This is basically the crystal, which is normally a quartz crystal, but it is a piezoelectric crystal. The property of piezoelectric crystal are normally when a piezoelectric crystal is subjected to mechanical stress like this. Suppose this is the piezoelectric crystal. So when you subject this crystal to mechanical stress, but that stress should be dynamic in nature. When a quartz crystal or piezoelectric crystal is subjected to dynamic mechanical stress, a voltage is induced between the faces of the crystal, this face and this face. So that crystal where we have voltage induced between the faces of the crystal, when it is subjected to a dynamic mechanical stress, that crystal is known as piezoelectric crystal. There are many types of piezoelectric crystal, like quartz, we have Rochelle salt, we have barium titanate. So quartz is the most commonly used crystal. So this crystal here is piezoelectric crystal, which is mounted between two metallic plate, means we have metallic plates in between. We have that sandwich, you can say sandwiched quartz crystal. So these are metallic mountings. In between we have the quartz crystal. So this crystal is subjected to dynamic mechanical stress, you can say. So what will happen? A voltage will be induced between faces of this crystal, and if it is dynamic, so voltage will be varying dynamically, right? So polarity of the voltage will be varying accordingly. So if it is subjected to mechanical stress, accordingly electromechanical oscillations, that includes electrical as well as mechanical. So electromechanical oscillations are induced in the crystal. Fine. A quartz crystal or piezoelectric crystal can be represented by an electrical circuit as per or by using the concept of the analogy between mass damper systems and electrical systems. In mass damper systems, we have mass, we have a damper, we have a spring. In mass damper system we have a mass, that is basically mass of the crystal. Then spring is not there, but this has got elasticity. So it has got elasticity, which is a spring nature. It has got mass and it has got molecule friction, which behaves like a damper. So when you compare these two, so this branch, that is series RLC branch, represents this crystal, where Ls, that inductance, represents mass of the crystal, the capacitance represents elasticity of the crystal, Rs represents the molecular friction. So in mass damper system, in general, inductance represents mass, which is energy storage element, Capacitance represents a spring which is energy storing element, but it is not having spring here, rather elasticity. So elasticity is also energy storing element. So it has it is represented by the capacitor is represented by elasticity, or elasticity of the crystal is represented by the capacitor, and the resistance of, that is molecular friction, represents resistance of series RLC branch. And we have got metallic mountings as well. See, if there is voltage induced between these two phases, so those will be behaving like capacitances. So this capacitance Cm represents the capacitance due to metallic mounting. Quartz crystal is very highly stable oscillator, which gives very it gives a very fixed frequency of oscillations, right? It is normally used in megahertz, maybe 10 megahertz, 12 megahertz, 6 megahertz, and so on. So the quartz crystal gives very high stable oscillations. So now we will drive the frequency of oscillation of this crystal, which is the part of the oscillator provided in the feedback path, right? So how to drive the expression? To drive the expression, we will find the resonance condition of this circuit, and according to resonance condition, a resonance condition is obtained in a series and parallel circuit when imaginary part of the admittance of the circuit becomes 0. So what is admittance of this circuit? Admittance of this circuit will be J omega Cm. I'm talking about admittance. So this admittance of this is what? J omega Cm, plus admittance of series branch will be what? Rs plus J omega Ls plus 1 by J omega Cs. This is the circuit, this is the admittance of the equivalent circuit. So Y can be simplified further like J omega Cm plus, what you do, to separate the real and imaginary part of this, we multiply it by R. You can rewrite it like this: R J into, you can take minus sign outside and you can take it out. So R S divided Rs minus J omega Ls minus 1 by omega Cs. We multiply it and divide by it. When you divide by this term, so you will be multiplying this by this, so you get Rs square plus omega Ls minus 1 by omega Cs whole square. That will be the denominator, right? So if you take imaginary part of admittance, the imaginary part of admittance will be equal to omega Cm minus omega Ls minus 1 by omega Cs whole divided by Rs square plus omega Ls minus 1 by omega Cs whole square. That becomes imaginary part, because what you do, you can separate this part of the second term is real part, remaining part will be imaginary. So I have separated the imaginary part, and for sustained oscillation this is equal to 0. Fine. So by putting imaginary part of the admittance, we can get the frequency of oscillations of the given quartz crystal, right? So when you equate this term, that is imaginary part of admittance, to 0, you will be getting the frequency of oscillation. So let us drive the expression of frequency of oscillation of the quartz crystal. So when you put this term equal to 0, so what do you get? Omega Cm will be equal to what? That is omega Ls in numerator. So omega Ls minus 1 by omega Cs whole divided by Rs square. In denominator, what is there? We have Rs square plus omega Ls minus 1 by omega Cs whole square, right? Or this can be written like this: we have omega Cm into Rs square plus omega Ls minus 1 by omega Cs whole square, right? and that can be this is equal to omega ls minus 1 by omega cs. This is what you have. But remember, whenever you have resistance, so that is what, heat dissipating element or energy dissipating element. So resistance here is basically the molecular friction which will try to reduce the oscillation, which will try to damp out the oscillation, which opposes the oscillations, right? So for sustained oscillation, what should be the resistance? So for sustained oscillation, resistance should be kept as small as possible. The molecular friction in the crystal should be as small as possible. So for sustained oscillations, what is the condition? For sustained oscillations, your RS should be almost equal to 0, right? So if RS is 0, then what do we have? Omega Cm into omega Ls minus 1 by omega Cs whole square is equal to omega Ls minus 1 by omega Cs, and you can see this will be cancelled. So you have omega Cm into omega Ls minus 1 by omega Cs, or you can, rather than cancelling, you can make it like this. You have that can be taken on this side. So omega Cs minus 1 into omega Ls minus 1 by omega Cs equal to 0. That is what you have. Fine. So what I have taken? I have taken this on left hand side, and I have taken this as common from this term, right? So this is what you have. Now there are two terms. You can see there are two terms which can be, for this product to be 0, what is the condition? Either this can be 0 or this can be 0, and that gives you the condition of oscillation, or rather than that, I'll say that gives you the frequency of oscillations. And see it carefully, please. For this product will be 0 when either of these two terms, means either of these two terms is 0. So let us proceed further. This is the circuit. We know series RLC circuit is what? A resonant circuit. So when this circuit is in resonance, right, then its imaginary part of this impedance, the imaginary part of impedance of this branch becomes 0. That is called series resonance. Second is this, when complete circuit is in resonance, that is called parallel resonance. So at omega is equal to omega s, that is nothing but series resonant frequency. And what is that series resonant frequency? That is the frequency at which this part of the circuit is in resonance. So at omega is equal to omega s, we have second part omega s ls minus 1 by omega s cs is equal to 0, or that gives omega s equal to 1 by root ls cs, right? So that is the one frequency at which your circuit is in resonance, and that frequency is called series resonant frequency. That is the frequency at which this part of the circuit, that is series RLC branch, is in resonance. So that frequency is called series resonant frequency, right? Similarly, we have second frequency, that is the frequency at which whole circuit is in resonance. So I'll say at omega is equal to omega p, I will write it on this side, at, or I can write it here, at omega is equal to omega p, your complete circuit is in resonance. So whole of the circuit will be in resonance, right? So in that case, omega p Cm, omega p Ls minus 1 omega p 1 by omega p Cs minus 1 is equal to 0. That means this second part, this first part of the equation is 0, and that is the frequency at which your complete circuit, both this whole of the circuit will be in resonance, and that is called parallel resonant frequency, right? Parallel resonant means whole of the circuit is in resonance, right? So it means there are two frequencies associated with this circuit. There are two resonant frequencies associated with this circuit, that is series resonant frequency and parallel resonant frequency. So that gives what? This gives, you can simplify it, that gives me omega p square Cm Ls minus Cm by Cs, right? And this is equal to 1, fine. Or this gives omega p is equal to, you can take it this on that side, so we get 1 by Cm plus 1 by Cs multiplied by 1 by Ls under root. So that gives omega p is equal to 1 by root Ls into C equivalent, or this gives F equal to 1 by Fp parallel resonant frequency, that is 1 by 2 pi under root Ls into C equivalent, where what is C equivalent? Where C equivalent is nothing but that is Cm into Cs divided by Cm plus Cs, that is equivalent capacitance of these two, right? So this is the parallel resonant frequency. Now please see it carefully. If this is not there, I have 1 by root LC, so I have some additional term, right? If you see, I will I'll try to modify the equation, that is parallel resonant frequency, little bit further. Let us see what is parallel resonant frequency. Let us see that. The parallel resonant frequency omega p is equal to, I can modify this like this, 1 by root LSCS into under root 1 plus Cs by Cm, right? Or omega p is equal to this 1 by root LSCS is what? Omega s into 1 plus Cs by Cm, right? So that is Cs by Cm, fine. This is the relationship between the parallel resonant frequency and series resonant frequency, right? So what I mean to say is, I have two resonant frequencies, series and parallel resonant frequency. So this circuit will be in resonance at two frequencies, that is omega s and omega p, and definitely your parallel resonant frequency is higher than the series resonant frequency of the circuit. So now we will try to find the variation in impedance of this circuit, right? So if you talk about impedance, remember you need to use the concept of what? The concept of a series resonance and parallel resonance. In case of series resonance, the impedance of circuit is minimum at resonant frequency. So there are two resonant frequencies, Fs and Fp. There are two resonant frequencies in the circuit. So at series resonance, the impedance of, I am not talking about admittance now, I am talking about impedance. At series resonance, impedance of the circuit is minimum, and minimum means, it means that must be increasing on both sides, that is minimum only. And at parallel resonance, impedance of the circuit is maximum, and maximum means it must be decreasing on both sides, only then that becomes peak. So if you see the variation, so the variation must be, on this side it decreases, on this side it increases, on this side it decreases, on this side it increases. That is the variation of impedance of a quartz crystal or crystal piezoelectric crystal with variation in frequency. Similarly, for this circuit we have the variation in reactance of the circuit. So if you talk about imaginary part, that is reactance of the circuit, Below series resonant frequency, the circuit is capacitive in nature, and above resonant frequency it is again capacitive, so it is like this, right? Then it is inductive in nature, and here again it is capacitive like this. How? The impedance is negative, your reactance is negative below resonant frequency. This is capacitive part, this is inductive part, this is capacitive part. But we will see this variation in detail in electrical circuits, that is series resonant circuit. I will discuss this topic there, but here I am just trying to give you the variation in reactance of a quartz crystal or piezoelectric crystal as a function of frequency. So now I repeat, here omega p is more than omega s, but these are very close to each other. So circuit can work in resonance at either of the frequencies, but you should be knowing a quartz crystal can be in oscillation in that is sustained oscillations at either series resonant frequency or parallel resonant frequency, but parallel resonant frequency is more than the series resonant frequency 2. This circuit gives very highly stable oscillations in frequency range of megahertz, right? And the quality factor of quartz crystal is very high, or quality factor of crystal oscillator is very high, and this gives very narrow range of frequency. Remember, when you have the condition of resonance, so frequency range is very small. So this covers your crystal oscillator in general, right? Here we can have the oscillator based on MOSFET as well. The only thing is replace BJT by MOSFET. That will be the only change, otherwise circuit remains similar. Fine. So now that finishes your topic on oscillators, but there are few points where the questions appear in engineering services prelims exam. There are two more oscillators in general. One is negative resistance oscillator. The negative resistance oscillator make use of negative resistance device like UJT. Or negative resistance device is used for generation of non-sinusoidal oscillations like spikes, and that oscillator is called relaxation oscillator. So we have UJT based relaxation oscillator which is used for generation of pulses, which can be used for firing of thyristors. So I hope you should be knowing the concept of relaxation oscillator. And second is blocking oscillator. Blocking oscillator is again used at microwave frequencies for generation of high current pulses, right? So these are used for generation of current pulses but of very short duration. So blocking oscillators are used for generation of current pulses of very short duration at microwave frequency. These are 2 points you should remember from objective type point of view. There can be questions on these points in engineering services examination, and that finishes your oscillators. Now we will start with the next chapter, next topic, next chapter of the subject, that is power supply. So wait for my next video. Thank you very much for watching the video.
To watch more videos like this, subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on notifications. Click on the like button. Share.